We live in a world that tells us that you can't be happy unless you have a huge following on Instagram, or you have a huge following on Twitter, or TikTok, or YouTube, or whatever. But in reality, that's not the case. That's not true. Hey guys, what is up? Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel as always. For those of you who are new here, my name is Daniel Akinpelu, aka IO, and my goal is to impact the world with music and to inspire and teach you all how to do the very same thing. So to give you guys a little bit of background on myself, I am a music creator and producer, and I've been putting out music for about 2 years now and doing shows here and there. I started out by putting out my very first EP in the summer of 2018, and I put out my first album in January of 2019, and I'm even now still working on a new EP and an album to drop this fall and the beginning of next year, respectively. Over the last couple of years of making music, I noticed that the reason that I started creating began to shift. I initially started to only make music because I had a genuine passion and love and drive for it, and I wanted to take the experiences that I had and convey those to the world through the talent of music that I have. But over time, I noticed that started to change, and it started to be less about my love for music and more about the desire for fame and the desire for more streams and the desire for more numbers, and that started to burn me out. And honestly, guys, there's nothing wrong with that inherently, but after that starts to become the main objective and it becomes an obsession, then that's where the destruction honestly starts to accrue. I started to find, and I continue to find, that it's so easy to confuse happiness with influence, and it's easy to confuse happiness with success, and it's easy to confuse happiness with fame. And honestly, those things are not synonymous at all. We live in a world that tells us that you can't be happy unless you have a huge following on Instagram, or you have a huge following on Twitter, or TikTok, or YouTube, or whatever. But in reality, that's not the case. That's not true. And that's especially destructive and hurtful for creatives, because once we take our passion, we take the fire that we're so eager to share with the world, and we start to compare where we are to people who are farther along in their journey. They have more numbers, they have more followers, they have more fans, they're selling more merch. Those things, it starts to burn us out, and it starts to really affect us as creatives. It starts to tear away at our souls, honestly, because we're taking the thing that we love, the thing that we hold closest to ourselves, and we're comparing it to other people. And honestly, that saying that comparison kills, it's extremely true. And I found myself being affected by this over the last couple of years. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that numbers aren't important. I know and I understand that as creatives, we need numbers so that we can eat, so that we can live, so that we can have a presentable business, so that we can show it to talent agents, so that we can show it to promoters, etc. And I'm not disqualifying numbers at all, but after numbers start to become the obsession, as soon as numbers become the only thing that we're chasing, then it becomes vain and it becomes hollow. Some of the things that I found to be true are that fame only brings temporary fulfillment. It doesn't bring a lasting joy. It doesn't bring a lasting contentment. It becomes a race to get to the next mark. After you hit 100,000 whatever streams, you want to get to 200,000 streams. After you hit 1,000 followers, you want to get to 2,000 followers, to 10,000 followers, etc., and it never stops. Fame, honestly, is similar to money. Both things are extremely useful when managed properly, but alone, they leave you feeling empty and they leave you feeling unfulfilled. Over the last year or so, I've been learning how to reframe this idea of fame, and instead of chasing fame, I want to make more of an impact on an individual scale. I just finished reading this book called The 4D Songwriter by Jason Evans, and in this book, there's a concept that he mentions that talks about the importance of valuing each individual listener and each individual follower and fan. If you really want to make an impact on the world with your art, whether it's drawing, painting, music, videography, photography, whatever it may be, in order to actually get to a point of success, of lasting success, the only way that you can do that is to actually value each individual person and not overlooking the small numbers for the big numbers. If you want to build up a dedicated fan base and audience who actually genuinely loves you and loves your art and has a real connection to you, then you need to value each individual fan that comes along. You can't feel discontent with where you are with the dozen or 100 or 200 or 1,000 fans and keep your eyes stuck and fixated on the tens of thousands of fans that you hope to have one day. You have to genuinely cherish each person as they come along on your journey. By investing into each individual audience member or fan along the way, you're not only going to be able to build up a large, dedicated fan base in the long run, but you're going to be able to put yourself in a position where you can spread love and share joy with each individual person. If you could impact and really influence the life of one person, then I personally believe that that's all that matters, that at the end of the day, then you've actually succeeded. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. If you guys got any value in it at all, I would really love if you subscribed and if you shared it with a fellow creative or another person who's trying to get started in music production. If you want to support me more directly, then you can do so through my Patreon page, which is linked down below in the description. There, I share content that I don't post here on YouTube about my creative process, what it looks like for me to write a script for a YouTube video like this, or what it looks like for me to write a song and to produce a song. You guys can also follow me on social media to see what I'm up to when I'm not working on a YouTube video. I am at __IOmusic_ on all different social media platforms. That is Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. And with that, I hope you guys had an amazing 4th of July, and I hope you guys have been making incredible art in whatever form that is in. I will see you guys next Monday with a new video. See ya. We live in a world that says that we can't be happy. Well, hold up. Frick. I'm gonna, oh, dang it, I don't remember. To show to promoters, to show to, what's the word? Frick. To show to, oh my god, what's the word? I'm not saying that numbers don't matter. I understand that we need numbers at, my hands are like, I feel like it's so weird. I've been learning to reframe, hold up, let me grab a swig of water. Massive audiences. What am I doing? Instead of chasing fame and obsessing over fame and wanting fame with a huge frickin' every single person that comes along during the journey. Dang it. Oh, that was almost good. By investing into each individual fan and audience member that comes along throughout